There's a tribe that apostles are assigned to. Paul was an apostle to the Gentiles. That is an ethnicity. Peter was an apostle to the Jews. That's an ethnicity. So really apostles are assigned to ethnicities. They're assigned to cultures. Does that make sense?
So I have a question.
Yes.
So you're saying that apostles who are not operating in that sphere in that way, they're trying to use other people's technologies, or they're using old technology, and that's why it's not working for them? That's why they're stuck?
Yes. They're using a technology that was not assigned to them. Here's a good example. Apostolic hermeneutics. We're dealing with apostolic hermeneutics. David and Saul. Because they were kings, both of them were types of apostles. King Saul was trying to put a technology on David, the armor. And David says, I can't fit this. This is not the technology that God has assigned me to work. Give me a slingshot. That's my technology. And we have to watch out for elderly apostles trying to give us a technology that we are not anointed to wear. See, everybody's we are mantle mongers. There's people that are mongering for mantles. They're looking for mantles. But you got to find the right man to have the right mantle. Man. You have to find the right man to have the right mantle. But David said, listen, I got to wear a technology that will give me the ability to slay my Goliath in my day. And that's the sign. So David knew his anointing. He was aware of the apostolic or the kingdom anointing that was on his life. And that's why he did not wear that anointing of Saul, or that mantle of Saul, because that was outdated. And some of us, we're trying to go back and catch up outdated mantles and outdated things. And when we listen, watch this is key. When you, apostle, try to find something that's outdated, you become religious. A spirit of religion comes on you. And when the spirit of religion comes on you, then you get out of the spirit. Everything becomes dry. It doesn't become vivid, because you took on a religious spirit instead of moving with the spirit of the kingdom. All right, we got 7 minutes. Watch that. Apostolic Master Key Principle 9. This is important. It's hard to break. This is Master Key number 9. It's hard to break the mind and spirit of a true apostle. I'm going to say that first syntax again. It's hard to break the mind and the spirit of a true apostle. But they possess extraordinary patience and is the invincible foundation of Christ's church. But let's go on. When you think about that apostle having an unbreakable mentality, unbreakable spirit, what's some of the things that you encounter from connecting to apostolic dimensions?
Well, they're not moved. They're not easily moved. They've been through their testing, their fire, their suffering that has produced that patience, that has produced that long suffering, and that has kept them from, moving in offense. So I even think about, like, with Jesus. I mean, Jesus was not moved. He was beaten and spit on and all this stuff, and he was not moved. He kept his eyes focused on the cross. Like, this is what I came here for, and I have to complete my mission. Regardless of what they're doing, I have to complete my mission. And so, thinking about that in that aspect, and how the apostle, he's moving in that same vein as Jesus, or he should, to show Christ to the people. He shouldn't be moved, or she shouldn't be moved, shouldn't be emotional, just emotions. You're mean, the people don't know if you're going to be up or down, don't know what's going on. So you just have to stay steadfast and have to be able to stand in the midst of trials, sufferings, and fire.
Wow. So, Elder Jason, why is it important for apostles and prophetic people to have this ability to withstand all situations that come their way?
Because if the apostle and the prophet are they're the foundation, if they be shaken and moved, then those who are standing upon them are going to be shaken and moved.
Wow.
So they have that stickability, what you talked about before, have that willingness to stay within the fire and allow themselves to go through this process is only produces something in them. And I also think that apostles and prophets, they see the greater thing. They see like she said earlier, they see the prize. And when you see the prize, you go for the mark of the high calling, that prize, then your circumstances around you do not dictate how you're supposed to show up. So I think that consistency is the foundation, as the bedrock to trust. And when people see that you're consistent, you're not moved, not easily swayed, they see the storms in your life. Paul said, I bear the marks. So when they see the storms in your life, but yet you're still pressing towards, then really that leaves the people without an excuse, but also it causes the people to be strengthened as well to endure their sin.
Whoa. You just said a mouthful. Wait a minute, you just said a mouthful. So watch, are you saying that when apostles don't bear the marks of Christ, they're gonna break?
They're gonna fall apart. Because now if they're not bearing the marks of Christ, then what they're gonna begin to do is take on a false burden or false ideology. And there may be even the Bible call a root of bitterness may even come up within them. So now they're expressing this, they're feeding people poison, and they're feeding people based on what they're going through and projecting this on people instead of bearing this true mark and say, this is the mark of my ministry, this is why I'm proven. I think that a lot of people are not being proven in their ministry because they're falling away too fast.
I want you to write this down, because that word marked in Galatians 6, the word when Paul says don't trouble me, because I bear in my body the marks of Christ, is the Greek word stigmata. Stigmata, okay? Now I want you to write this down. Apostles are hard to kill because they have the stigmata of Christ. Apostles are hard to kill because they have the stigmata of Christ. That means that